Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a haul for you and I'm going to do it the same way I've been doing it lately. I'm going to tell you what I paid for it, cost of goods, and we're going to talk about what I hope to sell it for, and we're going to do the math. So I did go to the bins and I went to my favorite Goodwill store. I did not pick up a lot of items. The bins was fairly quiet, but they just weren't bringing out a lot of new things. I was only there for maybe half an hour because it was just one of those days. I hadn't been sleeping, so I was tired. I did see Jamie from Thrift on Fire there, so hi Jamie. If you haven't checked out his channel, go right ahead. Canadian reseller, eBay, a lot of that, so he's good to watch. Anyway, I spent a total of $9.23 at the bins. That's it. I got 8 items to resell, which means that I spent $1.15 on each item. That's amazing. So, first thing I'm going to show you, and there's a lesson to be learned. These are Minnetonkas. I did it. There we go. Just nice suede leather moccasin shoes. They're really comfortable. I tried them on. That's a mistake. Don't try on the merchandise that you want to sell. Now these should sell in around the 25 to 30 mark, so I'm happy with that. If I want to keep them, it means I have to take a pair of shoes for my own private sort of collection and sell them instead. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But I'm hoping for at least 25 from them. And I'm talking sale price. We're going to talk about earnings later on. The next thing I picked up because I just couldn't resist, because look how cute this is. It's a cute little, spring fall jacket. It is Reebok, but it's also officially licensed for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It is a 12-month size. The zipper does work. I did test it. So I'm hoping, I'm happy getting at least $10 out of that. We'll see what happens. Same as this little one. It is a size small. It's for a little kid. It is a camel. It is the Mountain, which is not a bad little brand to pick up. So again, about 10 or so. I didn't really see any camels. Lots of dinosaurs. If you find this brand in a dinosaur for really, really good cost of goods, it can sell about, in the 20s, which is not bad at all. All right, next thing. It's that time of year. So this is a very white. It still needs to be washed, but it's white. They wanted $8.49 at the store. It is a Callaway. Size large, tennis, golf, skort, because it does have the little shorts in it, which is great. Good size. These are selling, again, at about the $25 mark. That's not bad at all. For $1.15 into $25, I'm there for that. The next one, let's see if I can get this to sit right. It is a shirt dress. Come on. Collared shirt dress with like a 3/4 sleeve. It's got the belt. It's got a really nice graphic geometric print. Brand is Laundry by Shelley Segal, size 10. This gives me Diane von Furstenberg vibes. This is what it does for me. Does it have pockets? Let's see. It's that jersey slinky material. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think it has pockets. No, not that I can see. But you know what? I like the pattern. And for $1.15, yes. These are only selling in around the $20 mark, though. I was surprised at that. I thought it would be a little bit more. It's not a brand I pick up a lot. I used to think it was this amazing brand. And lately, it's not. But, just so you know, comps all over the place. Some of this brand, some of the dresses are going for over $100. So it depends on the style and all that good stuff. So if you find this brand, you can double check the comps and check the style and see if it goes for more. This, I was really surprised to find. It's a nice brown, very basic kind of belt, leather, but it's Fossil. Fossil belts can sell for really good. Now this is just a nice sort of simple, plain belt, but let's see what I got. At least 20 for this, if not a little bit more. There's one that sold for 35. Just sort of plain belts. They're pattern belts, they're embroidered belts, go for a little bit more, 40 or 50 sometimes. So that's always good to know. This one I picked up because I am a sucker for vintage, and this is silk. It's 100% silk, size 10. I don't think the brand really matters, but it's just this really cute, shell with a bit of a leopard print on the bottom, but it's also buttoned at the back, which is really cool. At least I think so. So I'm happy with that, and it's silk, which is always a good thing for me. So maybe 25 for that. Last but, well, not least, if I can get it right. So this was new with tags, which is why I picked it up. One of the reasons. It's new with tags, but it's also kind of a cool little front on there. Again, I don't think it has pockets, but it's got that style. It's a boutique brand called Pretty Garden. Right there, Pretty Garden. This is what size are you? A medium. But for $1.15, maybe 25 bucks or so, because it is new with tags. So those are the 8 items I got. I'm hoping in sales to make at least 160, minus the 20% on Poshmark, which means the earnings would be 128 minus my cost of goods of $9.23. Gets me a net sort of earnings of $118, not counting shipping, supplies, and all that good stuff. So for half an hour at the bins, some of this, to get it ready to go is not going to be hard to do. I'm happy with that. Moving on to my favorite Goodwill store. I did not find a lot of stuff there this week. It was like some of the racks were kind of empty. And I don't know if it's because they're just not getting the donations. Because I know at the bins, the employee was saying they're just not getting donations. They don't have a lot of stuff right now. So it could be that at the Goodwill store, the same thing is happening. Or I'm wondering, and I don't know, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. They're having a 50% off sale on Friday, March 22nd. I don't know if they're holding some stuff back so they have a lot of stuff for that sale. I don't know. Just saying. So I did pick up this sort of sheer racerback camouflage. The brand, see if you can see that. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It is Zaya, and this is an XXXL. So it's a great size. It was only $3.49. So that's not bad. I'm hoping to get at least, 15 to 20 for that. Not bad. The size sells, so I was really happy with that. I picked this up, $4.79. It is Cutco. Now this is it's got some wear to it, but it's a smaller one than I had one before that I sold for $45, but it had a lot more slots in it. Bless you, Paul. But I'm hoping to get at least 25 or 30 out of this size for $4.79. I'm not unhappy with that. These are heavy. Like, this is going to reach over that 5-pound limit. So I'm not 100% convinced I'm going to list it on Posh US because it would probably need a heavier weight label. So that will add, the next level up for Posh US is $4.50. So that adds an extra $4.50 to my cost of goods right off the bat. So if I'm only going to be getting $25 out of that, I'm debating. On Canada, if I have to go up one level of weights, it's only $1. So that's a little more feasible for me. So I still have to make a decision about where that's getting listed. Definitely Posh Canada, but we'll see. The last item that I'm going to show you cost me $9.79, I believe it was. $9.79. It is a dress. It is this really pretty sort of pinup style black with the white floral. It does have pockets. Because I checked this earlier. Because I thought, oh, this is really cute. If it was my size, I might keep it for a wedding that we have coming up in the summer. It's Hell Bunny. It is a size large. Yeah. So Hell Honey Vixen. It's in really good shape. Somebody would put some, what do they call them? The poofy stuff underneath. That's really cute. It's a back zip. Yeah. So for $9.79, which is a little bit much for me, but you know what? I like the brand. I liked the style of this. And these are going in around the $50 mark, so I'm happy with that. So that's what I got at the Goodwill. So I spent $25.56 in total, but one of those things was personal, so I have to take that off. I'll do that math really quickly. So what did I say? $25.56 minus, I think I spent $7.49 on myself, so $18.07. If I wanted to do the math that way. And I'm hoping to get maybe $100 out of those 3 items at the most. So not bad, not horrible, not fantastic, but not horrible. Anyway, that's my haul. I had a good time. I didn't pick up a lot, but you know what? Next week I might check out Value Village's 30% Seniors Day. Also, Goodwill is having their sale on the 22nd, 50% off, so we probably will go to that. And again, I'll go to the bins on Thursday, so we'll see. We have to get these up and listed. So this video will be coming out on Tuesday. I am making a plan to have all this listed. That's my challenge to myself. All right, so I'm going to leave you with talking about silent shows. As you know, I told you before, February was, ooh, wow, slow for me. And I realized that I did not do any silent shows during that month. I don't know what happened. I was doing them all the time. You know, Posh Sidekick has made it very easy to load them up and just to have them run in the background where, you know what, you can list while they're going on, you could do other things while they're going on and everything. And I was using that tool all the time. But I think what happened was because I ran a couple of shows overnight and people were asking questions in those shows. And of course I was asleep and I couldn't get at them. And it left a bad taste in their mouth. And I didn't like that. It made me uncomfortable as well. So I for some reason, I just stopped doing them. I stopped using the tool. And sales were really, really slow in February. And I wonder if maybe it had something to do with that. I know that the algorithm that Poshmark likes us to be busy and on the app, I think that correlates into more activity, which will help you get sales. And I think running a silent show is a really good way to use the tool of live shows or shows if you don't really want to be a live show host, which, you know what, honestly, I don't want to be. I'm not saying never, but they're just not to my taste. I have better things to be doing with my time. I don't even like sitting through them, but that's a personal opinion. And if you love them and they work for you, you go, you do it. They're just not for me. But silent shows are really simple to do, even if you're doing them manually on Poshmark. They're quite boring. I have been running silent shows now for a good solid week, one on each platform every single day. Activity has increased, so I like it. But I've been doing a few of them manually too, just because in my own brain, and this is just my brain, I just think it makes a difference. Poshmark goes, oh, they're doing it manually. I know it's probably not true. It's just my thing. But I'm also using Posh Sidekick to run them as well. I only put in like 40 items, run it for half an hour. It's over in half an hour. It's done. If I do it manually, because I'm doing the 15 seconds, it takes me like 20 minutes to do one show on one platform. So, you know, a total of 40 minutes type of thing. I think it's working. I think sales have been up. Activity has definitely been up. I run a silent show. When I finish it, I have all these shares happening. So I think it does work. My opinion, I'll see how the numbers end up at the end of the month. But I think if you use Posh Sidekick and you can run shows, I think it's a great tool to use. I personally will not be running them overnight anymore unless I happen to be awake, because I don't want to end up having a customer unsatisfied because I'm not answering a question because I just was asleep. But I will use the tool all during the day because I think it's really important to use those things that Poshmark gives us. So I'll let you know at the end of the month when we talk about how March was, whether I think it worked or not, because it's something that did change in February that I didn't quite realize. Like, I sort of forgot about them, which is really strange. So we'll see how March goes. I almost forgot what I was talking about. So last but not least, I'm going to leave you with a small confession. The Minnetonkas that I showed you in the haul, I'm going to keep them. They were so comfortable, and I could really use a really nice pair of slip-on shoes. You know, I want to go outside to the garden. I want to put the garbage out. I want to go grab mail. You know, just something to slip on my feet besides my big old rubber boots or something. So I'm going to keep them. But the rule will be I have to get rid of a pair of shoes in my own private collection. So I've chosen these Converse with the funky these zippers. They're just faux zippers on the back. You can tell I haven't worn them. See all the dust? They need a good cleaning. But I'm going to list these instead. They're about the same value. These might be a little bit more. The condition's okay. You know, nothing's really fallen apart on them. But they're funky. So I am going to list these, and I'm going to keep them in a Tonka's. So what does that tell us? Don't try on the merchandise. Get it home, get it prepped, get it listed, and you won't be tempted anymore. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.